Welcome to the Food and Beverage Trend Report, the Wednesday deep dive from gallucciNET. I'm Giovanni Gallucci.
And I'm Chloe Dawn. This week is Heritage meeting hype three different ways. Bone broth climbing out of the soup pot, THC drinks sprinting a federal deadline, and Dubai chocolate quietly crawling into your cheesecake.
Three trends, and every one of them lands on a social move a small operator can run this week. Let's get to work.
Okay, Gio. Kendall pulled this one and I didn't see it coming. Bone broth is escaping the pot. Ready-to-drink sipping cups, protein bars, subscription boxes. One New York chef turned a single takeout window into 10,000 orders a month, and the online sentiment on it something like 98% neutral to positive.
10,000 a month off a broth window. That number tells you the demand was never really about soup.
So is the play just film grandma's stock pot, sell the lineage, collagen grams on the label?
No, and I want to kill that instinct right now, because everybody's about to reach for the origin story and the feed is already drowning in it. The heritage angle is table stakes in 2026. It isn't a differentiator. The move here is occasion. You don't own the ingredient, you own a moment in somebody's day.
Occasion, meaning what exactly? On camera?
Pick one daily moment and plant your flag on it. The 3 o'clock desk slump. Instead of the fourth coffee, it's a warm cup of broth. You shoot that exact ritual, same framing, same time of day, on a fixed cadence, until your audience stops filing you under broth and starts filing you under 3 p.m.
So the content is the habit, not the product.
The content is the habit. That's takeaway one. Occasion anchor content. Own a day part, not a bowl, and pin it as its own highlight so the ritual reads as a series, not a scatter of one-offs.
How long before that actually sticks with people?
Give it 90 days of the same slot before you judge it. Rituals are boring to make, and that's exactly why they work. The competitor chasing a shiny new concept every week never earns the reflex you're quietly building.
And the subscription box angle, does that change the content play at all?
It changes everything, because a subscription is a relationship, not a one-time sale. Your content job shifts from convincing strangers to sustaining regulars. That means a check-in cadence, a reason to stay subscribed, little rituals only the members are in on. Show the same cup at the same Monday moment, and people quietly build you into their week. The ready-to-drink cup, the bar, the box, those are just the excuse to show up in the feed at the same time every single day until you're a habit nobody questions.
What about the people who buy it for the protein, not the vibe?
That's takeaway two, and it's the scale move. Build a use case library. One repeatable reel template, swap your blank for this, and run it across occasions. Post-workout instead of the shaker. The recipe base instead of stock. The cold morning cup instead of tea. The algorithm files you as a whole shelf of moments instead of one soup, and each occasion pulls a different buyer.
So you're not fighting the soup brands anymore. You're everywhere they aren't.
You're colonizing time slots they never claimed. Takeaway three, the longer arc. Align your publishing to the craving window. That desk sip video should actually hit the feed at 2:45, not some generic dinner time slot. Daypart your scheduler against the real moment. AI's genuinely good for that. Batch the shoots. Let the tool place each one when the craving lands.
Posting the answer 30 seconds before the audience feels the question.
That's the entire trick. Heritage in the cup, but the strategy is a stopwatch. Sell the moment, and the moment sells the broth.
Story 2. And this one is a literal clock. Clark flagged it. Hemp-derived THC beverages are sprinting to grab shelf space before a federal ban on intoxicating hemp kicks in November 12th. Target and DoorDash are still carving out room right now, and there's a bipartisan bill trying to push the ban out to 2028.
So you've got independent makers who built a real category from nothing, and a regulatory cliff about to yank the shelf out from under them, while the giants wait to see how it shakes out. That's the exact fight this show exists for.
It feels grim, though. What do you even post when your product might be illegal in 4 months?
You don't post ads, you organize. This is the moment your audience stops being customers and becomes a constituency. Takeaway one, mobilize the base. A recurring content unit. Here's the bill, here's your representative, here's a 30-second call script. You're not begging people to buy, you're handing them one specific thing to do.
Does that actually move anything, though? A pile of small accounts posting call scripts?
It moves more than a lobbyist letter, because it's real constituents in a real district. and a congressional staffer literally counts the calls. But here's the part operators miss. The act of asking your audience to show up for you builds a deeper bond than any discount code ever will. People defend what they helped build, so you're not only fighting the ban, you're forging the exact loyalty that outlasts it. Win or lose in November, that crowd is yours in a way a shelf placement never made them.
So the fan base becomes a political weight.
It becomes leverage. A category that speaks with one voice gets heard on a hill, which is takeaway 2, coalition content. For a few weeks, stop treating the other independent makers as competitors. Band together, shared hashtag, joint posts, one campaign, cross-tag each other. A fragmented category dies quietly. A block gets a hearing.
That's a hard swallow, though. Putting the brand next to yours in your own feed.
It's survival math. Nobody writes a story about one scared founder. Everybody covers a coalition of 40 small makers standing together. Takeaway 3, the longer arc. Build a rally point asset. A running tally updated weekly of which retailers still carry the category and which states are moving. Make it the thing people check on Fridays.
A scoreboard.
A scoreboard. And whoever runs the scoreboard becomes the category's narrator. So when the ban actually lands and the press comes looking, you're the quotable independent voice, not a press release from a lobbyist.
What keeps that scoreboard from just feeling like doom posting?
You frame every update as a win somebody earned. This chain added the category, this state held the line, progress people can root for, not a countdown to a funeral. It's momentum content, not grief content. And momentum is what pulls new followers in.
So the deadline itself is the content engine.
The stakes are the story. Don't hide the jeopardy, put the audience inside it. And here's the part that matters even if you lose. A crowd that helped you fight is a crowd that follows you to the next product.
And if the bill passes, you've built the audience that outlives the shelf anyway.
Either way, you win the people. That's the one asset a regulator can't delist.
Last one, and it's the fun one. Eddie had this. The viral Dubai chocolate thing, the pistachio and kataifi bar, it's jumping formats. No-bake cheesecakes, frozen popsicles, rose and sesame and saffron flagged as the next wave. Food Business News is literally asking if cheesecake is the next Dubai chocolate.
So the format's migrating, that's the whole insight, and most operators are going to miss it because they're chasing the flavor.
Wait, walk me through that, flavor versus format.
The flavor is already crowded. Everybody and their cousin shipped a pistachio bar 6 months ago. What's actually moving is the format, that crunchy, layered, gooey indulgence build, and it's hopping into new media. Cheesecake now, frozen next, something else after that. Takeaway 1, format migration arbitrage. Watch a proven viral format the second it jumps a category, and ship your clean label version in the new medium within days. You're not first to the flavor, you're first to the jump.
So you're surfing the format, not the ingredient.
You're surfing the format.
But if the flavor is already crowded, how does clean label even stand out in the new format?
That's your entire wedge, and it's a good one. Everybody else riding this trend is using the synthetic shortcut, the neon pistachio cream, the shelf-stable filler that lets them ship fast. You show the real build on camera, the actual crushed pistachio, the 4-ingredient label, inside the exact format people are already hungry for. You're not the 10th Me Too pistachio bar anymore, you're the honest version of the thing that's already going viral. The format hands you the reach, and clean label is what makes them stay and buy.
So the honesty is the differentiator, not the flavor.
The honesty is the differentiator. And takeaway 2 is the sharper version. Don't chase this jump, call the next one. The report's already naming rose, sesame, saffron as what's coming. Map where the format lands after cheesecake, pre-build that content now, and be live the day it breaks instead of a week late, apologizing for being late.
Leading the wave instead of paddling after it. But how do you know which format's about to jump versus one that already peaked?
Watch where the big accounts are reposting instead of creating. When a format starts getting duetted and stitched into new categories by people who didn't invent it, that's your jump signal. Creation is early, imitation is the wave. You want to be in right as the imitation starts, not when your aunt sends it to you. That's the whole game in trend content. And almost nobody does it because it takes nerve to build for a trend that hasn't peaked yet. Takeaway 3, execute it native. Don't just post a pretty product shot. Build your version as a real remix of the original viral clip. Same sound, same beat structure, your clean build on camera in the same rhythm. You ride the audio's existing distribution instead of launching a cold post from zero.
So it's not a parody. It's a straight remix that plugs into the format's own pipes.
Plug into the pipes that are already flowing. The format's the wave, the sound is the current, and clean label is your board. Most people show up to the beach after the set's already broken.
Read the water, not the last guy's ride.
Read the water. That's the episode. 3 heritage stories, 3 social plays. Bone broth, own a moment, not a bowl. THC drinks, turn the fan base into a constituency before the deadline hits. Dubai chocolate, surf the format, not the flavor. None of it needs a big budget. All of it needs you to move before the giants do.
That's the food and beverage trend report from gallucciNET. Find us wherever you get your podcasts, leave us a rating if this helped, and we'll see you next Wednesday.
Move first. See you then.